Welcome to the next video session, which is about mirror, stretch and lengthen command. Let's start with mirror command. The mirror command is located in the modify panel right above the scale tool. Let's click it and select the object. In this case, it's the window. Press enter. Says to indicate the mirror line, which is the first point and the second, and also the second point of the mirror line. So you can also set up an inclined mirror line like this. In this case, I would like a perpendicular mirror line, so I click the orthogonal part toggle. Let me select the second point of mirror line somewhere around here, and it prompts to ask erase source objects. Let me press no in this case. Now let's make the mirror image of these two windows just above the parent images. So let's go to mirror command once again. Select both of these objects and press enter and indicate the mirror line in horizontal direction. And it again prompts to ask, do you want to erase source object? Let me click yes this time, and it erases the parent or source objects. Let's go to the initial stage of the geometry, and here it is. Now let's apply mirror command to window as well. Select the window option and press enter and specify the mirror line, and let's click this as no for this time. And here we can see that the mirrored image is simply a copy of the original image or object, and these two objects are not laterally inverted. So in this case, in order to make a mirror image of this text, you need to ensure that mirror text system variable is enabled. So to do this, you need to type a command called as mirror text, which is mirrortext. Enter and make sure its value is set to 1, which says that the mirror text command is activated. Now let's do the same mirror command to this window object and press enter. Specify. Okay, let's make a copy of this window using the copy command. Now let's make mirror image of this, and here we can that sorry, I mistakenly removed the parent or original images. So I have done this for the second time. Here we can see that the mirror image is laterally inverted with respect to the parent image in this text. So let's change the value of mirror text to 0 for the time being. Now let's talk about the command stretch. The stretch command is a pre-used command which is used for stretching objects that is either increasing or decreasing the dimension of any object. You can change the shape of geometry in a very particular ways. For example, let's say we want to increase the length of this window. We want to increase this particular length of the window. So stretch command is best suitable for this type of scenario. So let's go to the modify panel and select stretch tool, and now select this window. In this case, you need to select object in a very specific way. So let's select the stretch command from the modify panel and select objects by making object selection. I move the cursor from right to left. Part of it is highlighted. So this part is completely in the selection tool, and this part is also completely in the selection tool. The downward to horizontal tools are not selected or are not in the selection boundary, whereas the 5 vertical lines are partly selected and partly are not selected. So such type of geometry is affected with this command. The parts which are either completely inside this selection tool or completely outside this selection tool are not affected, but effects are applied for those which are partially inside and partially outside, which is 5 of these vertical lines in this scenario. Enter. So specify the base point somewhere around here, and now you can stretch this figure. So as you can see, the 5 vertical lines are either increasing their dimension or decreasing their dimension according to the cursor. So do notice that this part which was completely inside the selection tool, part which was completely outside the selection tool, but these parts which were partially inside and partially outside the selection tool are affected. Also, you can use the stretch command to stretch the object in any direction you like this. Now let's go to the lengthen command. Let's talk about lengthen tool. So before going to the lengthen tool, let's make a simple or plain geometry as a line and an arc with the help of arc command. So let's go to the lengthen command from modify panel and clicking the lengthen tool. So as soon as I click the lengthen tool, it prompts to select an object to measure delta, percent, total or dynamic. Let me select this object, and the command line prompts the current length of this line as 30.7453 units. and press enter. Specify total length or angle. So what is the length to lengthen? So in this case, let me enter the length to lengthen as 50 and press enter. Select an object, and whenever I take the cursors near to the parent line, this shows the highlight that the line is going to be lengthened when we click the line. So let's simply click the line and the line lengthens. So similarly, let's try the lengthen command for the arc which is drawn here. Let's select the object, and the current length of the arc is 37.6262 and the included angle is 126 degrees or units. So the included angle is the angle which is present between these two radius or these two lines. So probably somewhere around here there is the center point of this arc, and when we draw a line from center point to this end and from this point to the other end, then the included angle is 126. So let's select this object and press enter. Since we have used the total length specification in this geometry, let's use angle. Now specify total angle. So what is total angle after lengthening the arc? Let me type 180 units and select this arc and press enter. So 180 degree in this arc. When I simply create a line joining the end of this arc to center and the center to the next arc, the angle included between these two lines, sorry, for some reason I cannot annotate the angle here, but the angle which I have entered 180 is the angle or the included angle between these two lines. So let's press Ctrl and Z to go back to the original geometry and press Lengthen command. Now let's press this delta option and enter the delta length. Means enter the change in length of this arc. So the change in length is, let me type it as 25 units and press enter. Select the object and press enter. So delta means the distance between this point to the initial boundary of this arc. So the 25 units means the distance from here to its original end point of the arc, which lies somewhere around here. So delta option is used when we would like to make a change in length of the object. For example, the change in length is 50 to the previous length. Press enter and select the arc. So from this point, which was earlier the start or end point of this arc, now have came here. So the distance from this point to this point is the delta distance. Similarly, there are other options like percentage, total, dynamic. Percent is the change in length by percentage of its parent property. Let's click on dynamic and select the object. Specify the new endpoint. So you can specify the new endpoint dynamically or by moving the cursor around the. Similarly, there are other options in the modify panel as set to by layer, change space, edit polyline, edit spline, edit heads, edit array, align, break, bracket point, join or reverse, and copy nested, and so on.